Hello folks, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Cities Skylines. In the last episode we left behind the woes of the old world and its crime and death and illness and garbage, and we moved to the glorious new land where we've built ourselves a little rail circuit which will hold everything. Look, why are you the only one with the road on the other side? That goes against the ethos of what we're trying to build here. Yeah, we're going to build a new area, and we're going to resolve, theoretically, the problems that kind of manifested themselves with our existing design. Hopefully, build this a little bit nicer, a little bit more productive. In the meantime, while we studiously ignore that which we have built before, we're going to continue kind of raking in the tax revenue from those folks. So today what we're going to do is going to try and get the road infrastructure laid out that this kind of area will thrive on. It might be I mean, it's too small really, but let's look at this as a prototype for how we're going to build out the city overall. Okay, now let's do this. I mean, if we're going to do this, let's do this properly. I'm just gonna flip this city around, this station around the right way. Yeah, I am. It's gonna happen. Okay, if you didn't see this last time, there is a trick inherited from a chap called Auriga City, who you may be familiar with. He does build very attractive-looking designs in many a city builder. This is how you get your train stations properly lined up. So if I want my rail there, as I clearly do, replace the rail that you want to go alongside your station with no, concentrate, man, concentrate. Replace it with road first and foremost, because stations always sit along road, and then after you've done that, put tiny little bit of road at the end of the track that the station has. Right, and then you go on a delete quest, get rid of the station, get rid of this bit of track, and then your road knows exactly where it needs to go. I'm hoping it doesn't look like it's quite flush. It is. Alright, okay, smashing. And then you can connect your track back up again. Alright, that's not going to be perfectly aligned, so we'll delete out a bit. Because I want to keep the track as kind of smooth and natural looking as possible. And that means avoiding any unnecessary... I mean, you know, if I were to connect up there... Well, firstly, it doesn't want to because it says the slope is too steep. So we'll have to delete out that way. Let's go as far as there. How does that look? That looks alright. Except you've put too much of a curve on it, you madman. So yeah, so the aim with this new section, as I mentioned in the last episode, is to actually make it look good. We're not just going to bang stuff out and hope for the best. We're going to try and lay it out properly. And this station circuit is the first part of that. This is all about being able to get commuters all the way around the city in as effective a way as possible. Right, next job is we're going to mark out, going from the centre of each station, going to mark out the centre point of this section. Okay, so you know, it's not symmetrical. Keep half an eye on where that was. Yeah, it's not symmetrical, but we still want to know where the centre of it is, and using these roads is the easiest way to do that. So then, if we imagine that we're building in a straight line, there we go, like that. So we've got the centre point now of this district, and from that we can now build a kind of central loop. Central loop, you say? But what does that mean? And we're going to use pretty roads. Yes, indeed. All right, get your head around this one. How am I going to do this? So if we go out like that, go out 2. And then try and match the angle by eye. If I built this perfectly square, this would be an absolute breeze to accomplish. Well, that has formed a right angle. Let's go as far as there. And let's do the same on this one. Go out 2. Alright, hold on. We've kind of got our guide marks in place. So let's try using them as a... If we can see the kind of the virtual circle area that we want in the middle. Get rid of the borders, I think. You're... Out 2. Across 2. Alright, and then from about the other side there. Out 2. Down 2. Okay. See, my eye is now playing. I mean, we can actually tell what we've got here. We've got a 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Here we've got a 5, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5. So I didn't quite knock that one out of the park. And that's probably because I built it either too far away or too close or something. Oh, you see, you're now snapping in an uncanny fashion. Okay, well, you know, it's done the same thing again, so... Go out 2. Does that look good? No, it does not look good. In fact, it looks anything but good. It looks rubbish. And that is not what we're trying to do. This is too far away from there. So what I should have done was, let's start again. Right, we want to be working on these, which actually run. Well, you could go either. Okay, you know what I'm going to do. You know what? You know what I am going to do? You probably don't, because I haven't told you yet. Right. And then let's just put that. No, one more over. Okay, that's kind of the meeting point of these two bits of road. So we'll use that as the center point. Right, you can now disappear. Go on, shove off. That's what I should have done to start with. Okay, right, and then we'll build off of here. Now that's not particularly brilliant, is it? What's going on there? Just go in a straight line. Don't go till you snap. There we go. Right. Right, what have we got? There's 4. So once again, we're going to be using the roading, the roading, nice, the regular road tool here to use it as a ruler for how far we want to go. Right, and then we'll also go up to there. No, what are you thinking here? What is your brain up to? Terrific. Yeah, you've done a bang-up job on this so far. Actually, you could have just done the loop you want. Yeah, but I always start top left. Okay, right, up to. Let's touching or just overlapping? Just overlapping. And then out to. And that should be exactly the curve that we want. So then we'll go out to with the overlap and down to. Yeah, okay, right, that's fine. Let's get a shot of you. So this is the, this will be the center point of the of this kind of district, off which we will hang other things. And it does look pretty much right. Okay. Alright, good. So, we've got our centre circle here, which is equidistant between all 4 stations. We're going to call this progress. And if you're going to build something, with an aesthetic to it, with a design plan in mind, it is well worth taking the time to get it how you want it. Now this is a first pass on my part. It's not going to be brilliant, but it should be adequate. No. We don't need curvy here. We want to go straight. Let's go between. That's it. That's the one. Right, I'm just going to again. That's there as a measuring point, rather than anything more severe than that. Because the next task is to do the same thing with the highway. It's to get the highway plumbed in. Where are we looking? So that it's going to bisect this circle. So this is the kind of the main artery of this district. So let's elevate it. We'll go straight line here. And where we want to get to is so that these run in of course you have got that one facing the wrong way. Brilliant. If anybody knows of a means whereby you can adjust the flow direction of a highway, it would be tremendously helpful. Let's go as far as there. And then what are you looking at? What are you, where are you? Probably about there. Not quite. That's the one. That's not the one. That's it. It's probably the shadowing that makes me think that this isn't running parallel. Or it could just be that it's not running parallel. Okay, that's the edge of the... Is it the edge of the road touching that corner there? Oh, I don't really know. Looks like it's bending outwards, doesn't it? Oh, maybe there's a bit of elevation. Because the ground isn't perfectly flat, there's possibly a bit of an elevation kind of kink in perspective. That's definitely not right. Look, yeah, very visible turn we put in there. This is slow stuff. Leave a comment if you want me to show this in real time in future, or whether you want me to go, right, here's the job done. What do you think? Well, you're either going like that, which was there, or one over, and that's definitely wrong. Okay, well, imperfect is how it's going to have to be. Oh, the other thing I could do, of course, is I could use this as a measuring tool. Yeah, it doesn't want to snap anywhere helpful, does it? But if I were to stick that straight up there as a spacer, what are you looking at? You're looking at about here, right? I don't like any of this. None of this is making me cheerful. Yeah. Is the thrill of watching these things coming from just watching it happen and me screw it up while in the process? Or is it in the completion of something glorious? That's not going straight. That's why we're having trouble with that. That is going straight, or straighter. Yeah, what I'm having to do now is I'm having to try and judge whether this is parallel purely by eye. That's parallel, but it ends up in the wrong place there. Okay, right, fine. So you're looking at about there, aren't you? How does that look? That looks pretty good. And this has got a kink in it as well, and that's got a... that one's actually straighter. Alright, fine. That will suffice. It's not absolutely flawless, but it's near enough for my purposes. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do exactly the same thing there, so that I've got the start point. Could have done it with a regular bit of road, which would have been cheaper, and probably would have been more sensible. But the effect is still the same. Alright, smashing. Good. And then obviously this is going to then run out in a continual line. Continual? Continuous. And in order to maintain elevation, or to hit the elevation that we want, it's actually had to increase in height. Oh well, that's a feature. What do we think? No, let's measure it out. Let's see if we use the cheaper method. And it's because the circle isn't perfectly aligned with where the grid wants it to be. If it was, this would be a heck of a lot easier. Now you're talking. Okay, right. Again, bit of a kink in the road. But, I mean, that's down to elevation more than it is anything else. And it's not perfectly bisecting the circle, but it is close enough for my taste. Now, I'm going to have to turn this... I mean, the cross that's in the middle here, we can actually get rid of, because that's not part of the original intention. So we'd now want to put, you know, all the necessary junction-type behaviour on there. And, yeah, that does look like a roundabout. And, yeah, maybe I'll end up using it like a roundabout. But let's finish off connecting this up here. In a nice little swoop round there. Nice little swoop around there, not so much. Need to back it up a touch. Actually, if we start to broaden early, it won't, there you go, won't look quite as forced. Still a bit of a forced angle here. No bulldoze, thank you. How's that? That's brilliant. That's exactly what you wanted, and it would be even better if you had the road laid out the right way. Yep, okay, fine. Look, let's call that proof of concept. All right, excellent. So we can now have our freeway traffic beautifully flowing through the centre of the city, splitting nicely, bisecting this kind of wiggly circle going on here, going through the middle of our pedestrian commuter route. All right, so what comes next? And I will do this while you're not watching in order to save a little bit of time. I'll probably concentric out around, so maybe have a 6-lane either one, maybe both way, circle going through there, and then we'll connect that up and turn that into different zones. And next time around, you'll see how that pans out. Thank you very much for watching today. I've been Colonel Failure. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, leave comments. Comments are all important, and I'll catch up with you very soon. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.